All right, come. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha Allah, giving the course, all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, to brother Yasha Allah.
God, brother Natash.
Khan, come back, Shah, with yet another video, another sit down through the spirit. Power Yahweh Shah Shah. Shabbat Shalom to all that's still observing it on the West Coast, man. And all praise to the Most High to all Israel that has observed it, through the spirit, wherever you may be. So all praise to the Most High. So we'd be going into patience, right? So as you can see from the title of this video, woe unto you that have lost patience. And I believe the brother, I'm gonna share my screen. And did you want to start with your definition, or how'd you want to start it?
I mean, either way, we let's go blue letter first, and then
All right,
we'll go to the sound event.
all right, okay, con, for sure, for sure. All right, so we would just like to pull up the word for patience, and we understand that through the spirit, the word for patience is damn there almost the same word as it is right here, right? Um, patient right here. So let's go to real quick, Second Corinthians 12 and verse 12, right? Let's go to this word real quick. Second Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12. Right. You trying to read that real quick, Baba Kasha?
Yeah, Con.
All right, come on.
Con. This is Second Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, "Truly, the signs of an impostor, an apostle, were wrought among you in all patience, in signs and wonders and mighty deeds."
Right. So in all patience, and that's the topic at hand, patience. So let's look at what the word patience is in this right here. Right. So Strong's G 5281, and it says steadfastness, constancy, endurance. So that's basically what patience is. It's endurance. It means what? A patient enduring, sustaining perseverance. So that's what patience is. You're persevering, you're sustaining. Even though it's getting hard, you're still enduring. You know what I'm saying? You're still patiently and steadfastly constancy, right? That constant thing throughout all, temptation, trial, error, through all affliction, you're still remaining patient in the Most High God, Yahweh Shah, right?
Con.
Gone.
Hey, also right there, you see, right under that where it says G, right under that, a little bit lower,
Oh,
if you can't. Yeah, Con. You see,
uh,
it says next to G 5278, right? Oh, well, this is going into the other word, but it says cheerful or hopeful endurance. You know what I'm saying? That's,
gone.
you're faithfully waiting. You know.
That's right. Gone. Yeah, exactly. You're cheerfully, hopefully waiting. And
Con.
that's what we're doing in this world right now. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for our Lord Yahweh Shah. We're waiting for a lot of different things. When you are living out a certain situation, the Lord said, be patient with our change to a low state. So you
Con.
might be evicted out of your house, serious things. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said, be be hopeful, be patient. You know what I'm saying? And also want to get this other word too in Romans 12 and verse 12, right? So let's go to Romans 12 and 12 through the Spirit.
Con. Salaki.
Come.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse number 12. And it says, "Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer."
Patient. It's like you're rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation.
Con.
So let's get this word for patient right here. And I mean, it's really, a similar word, right? It's really a similar. This was Strong's G 5281. This is Strong's G 5278,
Con.
and it still has that kind of like that root word hypo right here. You know what I'm saying? This one I believe is hypomeno. This is like hypomene, right? So very similar words right here, and it means to remain, to tarry behind, to remain, not recede or flee.
Con.
Because you really can't flee from the Most High. You can't flee from your problems. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta you just gotta attack it head on. You gotta attack it head on. You gotta go through the pain. You gotta go through affliction. If we want to be better, in this truth, you know what I'm saying, knowing more precepts, having more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this and the third, we have to go through certain things that might be uncomfortable. You can't just like get around it, you know.
Con,
Like for example, if you wanted to get stronger, right? You wanted to get bigger and stronger. So what's a good way of doing that? You're eating more, and you're going to the gym constantly. You know what I'm saying? It's that consistency.
con,
You can't just go to the gym 1 week and just think to put on 20 pounds of muscle, right? That's not gonna happen, bro, in 1 week unless you're
con.
Yahusha, right? But hey, look, hey, guess what? It takes patience. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance. That's what the Lord is saying, right?
Hey, also, not recede, man.
Mm-hmm.
If the Most High, you know, blessed you with the truth and allowed you to understand this truth, for you to recede and go back to that world, man, that's a horrible thing to do, man. And then it says or flee, because we know, the wicked flee. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to abide in this thing.
That's right. That's right. Come on, bring that out, man. We're trying to abide in the Lord, not recede like how the brother said. Go back. And I believe that word means that too. Recede, go or move back or
Uh,
further away from a previous position. Hey, that's a fire definition. Because if you're here in this truth, the Lord, He took you from being nothing, and He took you from that to being something, you know, and now you're just gonna go back to that nothing. Hey, look, it's not looking good, man. It's not
uh,
looking good. So we pray that we don't fall out this truth, and we pray that we keep going, towards the kingdom, right? But um,
hey, read A right there too, Salaki.
Khan, Khan, right here.
Con,
Khan, it says to persevere under misfortunes and trials,
right.
to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach.
Con. Hey,
Khan,
through the good and bad, man. You know.
that's right. That's right.
Con. I got a precept too. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse number 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So going into being patient during tribulation, you know, waiting on the Lord when things aren't going your way, man. This is something we have to do, man.
Mm-hmm. Khan,
Con,
Khan. Hey, Khan. That's right. That's right. I got another precept on that too, right? Let's go to the book of let me see. Let's go to Proverbs. We was going into actually Proverbs 19 and verse 2.
con,
Right. Khan. Um Khan. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 2. It says also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. So the Lord said, he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. So the Lord, He doesn't like a hasty man that's just making hasty decisions, never goes to the Lord about certain things. You know, because guess what, David, he wasn't a hasty man, right? He wasn't a hasty man. He was always accustomed. When you read, First Samuel, Second Samuel, when it came down to very dire situations, he always went to the Lord first, right? He always went to the Lord first, right? And here's an example of that. Let's go to the book of First Samuel, chapter 30 and verse 6, right? So in First Samuel 30, the context is David, right? David, he's a leader of Israel during this time. And so everybody's looking up to David for certain things, right? So looking up to David, they looking at David as their leader. Guess what? During this time, a lot of their women were taken captives, their children were taken captives, and so people wanted to stone David during this time because that's what Israel does. Israel just looks at, always wants to take the blame to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just quickly, they're just quick to blame, man. Right? So and Slaki, you trying to read this real quick in First
yeah,
Samuel 30?
con.
All right,
Yeah,
Con.
this is First Samuel chapter 30 and verse 6, and it says, "And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God."
Con. So David encouraged himself in the Lord his God, even though people were speaking about stoning him. Everybody else was grieved. Everybody else was vexed in their mind, right? Every man for his sons and his daughters. Guess what? And even David too, he was vexed, man. Guess what? David, he could have just made a quick, hasty decision and just, you know what I'm saying, just did something. Just went off and sinned. But David, he encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And guess what he did after that? Let's go to verse 7.
God, verse 7. "And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David. And
Come.
David and Salaki, you got
Oh
it.
no, you got it. Salaki.
Come. And David inquired at the Lord, saying, Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, Pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all.
Con. So he waited in the Lord. You see that? When he inquired at the Lord, well, guess what? He encouraged himself in the Lord his God, and he went to inquire at the Lord. He didn't make a quick, hasty decision. Guess what?
Come,
This is a dire situation. Con. It's a dire situation. Sometimes you might have to think quick on your feet. You know, you're not always going to give time to, oh, I'm a fast. Slocky, let me fast for that. I don't really know what to do. Let me sleep on it. Sometimes you don't have 12 hours. You don't have 2 days to just think about something. Sometimes you might have to think quick on your feet. But whatever we do, what I'm saying, whether that situation is dire or not, guess what? We have to go to the Most High. We have to inquire at the mouth of the Lord, and that's what David did because he waited patiently for it, and then move hasty on his feet. But
come,
you got it, King.
come. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse number 4.
Uh,
It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So, like the account the brother just brought out, these things were put there, for our learning, so we know, uh, uh, you know, how to move through the spirit, what to do in tough times, right? Um, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, man. So all these accounts, all these examples were left behind, so that way we know how to move through the spirit, man. And we know one thing we have to have is patience and faith, patience and hope. This is that's the name of the game, man. But Khan, you got it, King.
yeah, nah, Khan, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Faith and patience, that's what's going to get you the kingdom, right? Let's go to Luke 19 and verse 11. We're actually Luke 9 21 and 11. Salaki. 21 and verse Salaki. Luke
You got
21
it.
19. Khan. Luke 21
21:19.
19.
Khan. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 19. In your patience possesses ye your souls.
Khan. So the Lord saying, your patience possess your souls. That's how you
Khan.
possess your soul, right? That's how you get the kingdom of heaven through your patience. You know,
Khan.
not through Hey, this it's not through of course, nothing wrong with knowing the precepts. There's nothing wrong with having a great, deal of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and stuff like that. The Lord said, in your patience at the end of the day, that's how you're going to possess your soul. Because you can have a great knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But if you lose patience, then what was the point? Right? What was the
Right.
point? You didn't wait until the end. So the Lord said, in your patience, that's how you're going to possess your souls, right?
Khan.
Because that's a trait that you can't buy it, right? It's a trait that you really have to build up, and sometimes that Satan, he's going to tempt you with it, right? Yeah, you can get this quick fix, right? If you just sold those drugs, you could get. Hey, guess what? You can make your salary in a day. You know what I'm saying? In one day, you can make your salary, right? That you make in a week. That you make in a month. right? But guess what? You're not going to do that because that's evil,
Con,
right? And that's completely off. So you're going to get it the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
going to take patience, right? But Khan, you got it, King.
Con, let's go to Matthew 23 and 14.
Khan.
Because that same Greek word, it was G5278, hypomeno, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
the same word for endurance, man. So being patient and enduring, they tie in directly together, man. So Khan,
You said Matthew Salakia, Matthew 23:14.
24:13, Salakia,
Oh, okay, Khan, 24. Yep, that's right. Matthew 24:13. Um,
the classic,
you,
man.
Khan. You want me to read it, King?
Khan,
All right, Khan. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
that's right, man. That same man that is patient and hopeful into the end, waiting on the Most High to send His Son, the same shall be saved. So, I mean, your salvation depends on you having patience, man. It depends on you being able to deal with tough situations, man, and staying 10 toes down and not forsaking the Lord, man. Because the second you forsake the Lord, is over, man. It's over, man.
Uh, Khan, Khan, that's right. That's right. And yeah, it's the same word as you said. See that? Endure. It's that hypomeno, which was
Con,
Khan, we had read that in Romans, the 12th chapter. Khan,
con. Hey, let
Khan,
me bring out one more precept real quick, just tying into that.
Khan,
On waiting on the Lord. This is Sirach 2 and verse number 7.
Khan.
It,
So right. Oh,
yeah,
Salaki.
con.
Khan.
2 and 7. It
All right.
says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. You gotta wait on the Most High. Be patient for the Most High to be merciful for you, and go not aside lest ye fall. So we understand when you're not patient and you want to take another route and do things according to your own will, it's a very high chance that you're gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to do, is definitely not fall, man. We want to stay patient, stay hopeful, stay faithful. These are the things we're trying to do.
Khan. Khan. Hey, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, the Lord said, wait for his mercy,
Con,
because you might be in the furnace of affliction, man. You might just again, it's Satan a lot of times, right? It's Satan. He wants you to denounce the Lord. He wants you to lose patience, right? Let's go to real quick. Let's go to um I got two quick precepts. Let's go to Luke
con,
22 and 31. Uh,
con. This is Luke chapter 22 and verse number 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Khan,
But I
so Slaki, I just want to say Satan, he wants us. He desires to have us. Hey, guess what? Satan desires to have the mighty brother Nadash. He's on the live right now, but guess what? Satan, he's peeping that and he wants to get him, right? He wants to
right,
entrap him in his words. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what? A lot of times when we teach certain things, guess what? It falls upon us. And Satan kind of brings us those same type of things like that we've said in time past. Right? He
con.
brings that same situation upon us, right? To try us. But Khan, let's go to verse 32.
Verse 32. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and
Mm,
when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren.
Khan. So Yahweh Shah was literally praying for Peter. Guess what? If Yahweh Shah was praying for Peter, he's praying for us as well. Yahweh Shah, he
Con,
prayed in the book of John, chapter 17, he prayed for the apostles. So I'm pretty sure Yahweh Shah will be praying for you as well. It says, what I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. What does that mean, your faith? His faith didn't fail. And his faith came, like how the brother said, the faith comes with patience. Because if you have faith in the Lord, you also are patiently waiting for him,
right,
right? It says that thy faith fail not. So that's what we have to do. We have to pray for each other that our faith doesn't fail,
right,
that we don't fall out the truth, right? And when we're converted, we got to strengthen our brethren because our
right,
brother could be waxing weak. He could be ready to give up, you know. And that's on me that had to look. I got to check up on them. I got to shoot them a text, whatever. Like, hey, let's read together, like, hey, et cetera, et cetera. Because guess what? Sometimes our patience it be thinning, man, in this world.
Con.
But Khan, you got it, King.
Oh, you said you had one more precept, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Khan. Yep, I got
Con, con.
Matthew. Yeah, Khan. Let's go to Matthew 24. Almost forgot about that. Matthew 24 and what was this at? Oh yeah, Khan. It's 45, right? Khan.
24 and 45.
Yep, Matthew 24 and 45. Khan.
Con, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find doing. Salaki. Con.
Khan. Khan. Yeah, let's keep reading on.
Con. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Khan. Hey, that's right, man. That's right. Guess what? And this goes into patience because the Lord said, "Who is that faithful and wise servant?" We have to be faithful. The Lord, He wants us to be faithful. The Lord, He wants us to be full of faith. That's what faithful means. Full of faith.
God,
That guess what? We're going to be patient. The Lord's going to give us what we want in due time, right? And so, right here, we see that this evil servant, he says in his heart, "My Lord delayeth his coming." Like, hey, man, where's the Lord at? He's losing patience.
God,
It's like, man, hey, y'all keep talking about Yahweh Shai coming back. Hey, where is he at? Start saying, where is he at? You know? And he shall begin to smite his fellow servants, those that's in this truth. You know what I'm saying? He begins to smite them, verbally, even maybe even physically, getting into fights with brothers. It says, and to eat and drink with the drunken. So he goes back to the world because those are the drunken, right? So there's a lot of men that, go back into the world because they lose patience. And we pray that we're not part of that number, you
right.
know. But Khan, you got it, King.
Khan. I wanted to bring out the scripture that this live is titled, man. It's
Khan,
Sirach 2 and 14. It says, woe unto you that have lost patience. So that means destruction to you that lost patience, man. Uh
right?
and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? You know what I'm saying? So it's expected of us to be patient, man. This is something that is expected for us to do. So what are you gonna do when the Most High visits you, man? What are you gonna do when you decide to go back to the world and Yahweh Shai cracks that sky and you're not out here watching and waiting for him, man?
Mm-hmm.
Hey King, what was that scripture you had brought out earlier when we were on the phone talking about waiting at the door or something for the Lord?
Oh yeah, Khan. Luke 12 and verse I believe 40. Oh no, 36, 37. It might be
Uh,
37.
let's see.
Oh, 36, yeah.
Con. So this is Luke chapter 12 and verse 36. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for the Lord when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. So that's the thing, man. You want to be waiting and watching, and the second the Most High knocks, you want to be able to open that door, man. You can't have the King of Kings waiting outside, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure
So,
that we're waiting and watching, man. Cause what? He's coming like a thief in the night, man. We want to make sure we're on point, being diligent.
that's right.
Verse 37. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. So those servants that are steadfast watching, those are the blessed servants, man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. So, hey, it's a mighty thing, and that's what's required of us to do, man. So we got to make sure we're fulfilling our duties, man, as watchmen, you know,
That's
as
right.
servants of the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, exactly, man. And a lot of the attributes. So, for example, um, I'm gonna put it out like this, right? So the Lord, he likens the servants of the Lord to a lot of different things. Like, for example, fishermen. You know, anybody that's gone fishing knows that it's a game of patience. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of patience because you're out there, you cast your hook, and who knows when you're going to catch a fish? Who knows if you're even going to catch a fish?
Right,
Only the Most High knows, right? So it's a game of patience. You're just out there all day. I remember when I used to go to the beach, and you would have like fishermen out there on the like, I don't know, like that thing, that goes out, that
the
extends out.
doc.
Yeah, the dock. They'll have their nets out there, and they'll just be out there all day. You know, just be out there all day. They'll have their whole setup there, right? So we know that fishing is a game of patience, and the Lord
Right,
likens us onto fishermen. Why? Because a very big trait, I would say, a huge trait that's part of fishing and that fishermen have is that patience,
right,
right? Um, Another thing, the Lord likens us unto what? Husbandmen, right? Husbandmen, so husbandry, so that's planting seeds in the ground. So when you're planting seeds in the ground and you're growing them, it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to
right.
sprout up to a whole, potato branch, or like a vineyard, you know what I'm saying? In one night. It takes days, months, you know, years, but he's still out there planting it, pruning it. He's still out there.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, he likens us onto these occupations for a reason, to show us, how we should be. We look at the attributes of these men. They're hardworking, they're diligent, they're patient, right? Et cetera, et cetera. They're faithful, right? A lot of people that do husbandry, they pray, what I'm saying, for rain. They pray for rain, they pray for a good season, for example. Why is that? Because they all know that it's all according to the Most High,
right,
right? The Most High, for example, like Paul even talks about that. I planted, Apollos water, but the Most High gave the increase.
right,
So it was all on the Lord at the end of the day, and that's why a lot of them do actually pray and hope in the Most High. But that just shows you how the Lord wants us to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to put that point out there as well. You had precept?
Hey, now I was gonna bring out another point, just
Oh,
going off of what you said. Also, dealing with fishermen is like, if this is your way of eating, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have patience, you're not gonna eat, man. You have to be able to wait to catch a fish to even be able to eat, man. So your
con.
life literally depends on patience, man.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we pray for patience.
Right.
And then the Most High puts us through situations where we need to exercise that patience. So we got to be mindful of everything we're going through and making sure that we're actually, practicing our patience, man. You
Mm,
know,
mm,
I got a precept too. Sirach 1:23.
con.
Con,
Um, you want me to read it, King, or
It says, yeah, you can read it.
all right, con. Sirach chapter 1 verse 23. It says, a patient man will bear for a time,
Uh huh.
and afterward joy shall spring up unto him.
That's right, man. You gotta go through these things, man. Go through these misfortunes, man. Patiently, man. But afterward it says joy shall spring up unto him, man. Just like right
Mm,
now, we going through hell in America. We don't
right.
live well. We're literally in hell, man. And it's for this time, but guess what? Afterwards shall joy spring up unto him, man. We know what comes at the end. So that's what we're patiently waiting for, man. It's the faith
Mm,
and the patience of the saints, man.
that's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. Con. And no, that's a good point too, because patient man, and what I was talking to the brother Natash before, I was saying, like, look, you look at this truth. A lot of us, the Lord Lord intentionally makes us wait for certain things. You know, people in the world, they get everything fast, quick, easy. You know what I'm saying? I look around, like for example, people, they already damn got their, if you have ears to hear, they got their wives at 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like literally 16 years old, right? But for us men of the Lord, women of the Lord, we have to wait. The Lord's like, look, you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying?
Con,
Hey, you gotta wait. And so they already had their everything. You know what I'm saying? They already had their everything at such a young age, whatever. Um, they may already have a car. They already got their car at 15, you know? And guess what?
con,
Hey, the men of the Lord, the women of the Lord, you gotta wait for that. You gotta grind for it. And really,
con,
a lot of times, when we get our first things, or when we even get the thing, it might be a good blessing too. It might be a good blessing, but a lot of times what I've seen is truth. We don't have the best of things a lot of times. We don't have the best house, the best cars. We got all this other stuff. And a lot of times, man, it takes us a lot of time to get the things that we want or get the things that we think that we need. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The Most High is just making us better men, better women, you know. And when you get that thing, you praise the Most High even more, right? Because if you pray for something and automatically right after you pray for it, it just happened, right? I mean, hey, you would just be treating the Lord like a genie.
right,
Yeah, you would just treat the Lord like a, like a, um, I don't know, man, like a vending machine. You know what I'm saying?
con,
Like when you expect when you swipe that card or whatever, or you put that money in the vending machine, you don't expect it to take 10 minutes for it to come out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you put that money in, you press what you want, and it should just be in my hand like a few seconds later, right?
con,
So if the Lord was like that, he just gave you everything you want at the time you want it. You know what I'm saying? Then guess what? You're gonna lose respect for the Lord ultimately. You know,
con,
hey Lord, yeah, just give me this. Hey Lord, just give me that. You're not gonna be on fire. You're not gonna want to like serve him.
con,
You're not gonna have that desire and that passion and hope in his mercy, you know.
con.
Uh,
Hey,
Gone,
and also Romans 8 and 28. You know what I'm saying? A lot
gone,
of times we want things when we want it, but that's not how things work. Ultimately, we know the Most High has our best interests at hand. So, Khan, bring that out, Ken.
that's right. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good
Right.
to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So all things work for good. So we might look at it as a negative at the moment, but we ultimately don't know the bigger picture. We might want a car, we might want, X, Y, and Z, but the Most High is not giving it to you at that moment for a reason, man. Because maybe he
Uh,
give you that car and now you ain't got time for the Most High no more. Now you're damn worshiping your car instead of worshiping the Most High. You done forgot about him, man. So
Gone,
we got, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be patient, man. And all things work together for good to them that love him. So you keeping these commandments, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. The Most High got you, man. That's where the faith
right.
comes in. That's where the patience comes in. Con,
That's right. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, uh, yeah, I think I got a precept on that too. Let me
con,
see. Ezekiel 33. Let me see if this is what I wanted real quick. Ezekiel 33 and um are not my ways equal? Oh yeah, Salakia. Um well Salakia King.
you good, you good.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what I wanted. But basically, let me see. Uh yeah, let's go to Ezekiel 33 and 17. I think that's what I wanted.
Con. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 17. Yet the children of thy people say, the way of the Lord is not equal. But as for them, their way is not equal.
Con.
What?
Uh
Con.
oh, Salaki, I wanted Ezekiel 18. Salaki.
Okay, Con.
Ezekiel 18 and verse yeah.
verse
29.
29. All right,
Yeah.
cool. This is
Uh,
Ezekiel 18 and verse 29. Yet saith the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal. O house of Israel, are not my ways equal, and not your ways unequal?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Lord said, my ways are equal, meaning that when he means equal, he means that uh he's fair. You know, the
Con,
most high, he's fair. So the Lord is like he even told that to Cain in Genesis chapter 4. If you just do well, shalt thou not be accepted? You know what I'm
con,
saying? Like, look, I'm not trying to trick you or nothing, and I'm not trying to look. All you got to do is just obey me, and I'm gonna give you what you want. You know,
con,
I'm gonna give you what you need. I'm gonna be there for you. You be there for me. I'm be there for you. That's how the Lord works. He's a fair and just God. You know,
con,
He's not gonna you're not gonna serve Him, and the Lord He just utterly forsakes you and leaves you to ruin. You know,
con,
that's not how the Lord gets down. So yeah, I just want to bring that out as well. You know, going off what the brother's saying. You work for the Most High, He's gonna work for you. You know,
con,
you listen to Him, and He's gonna listen to you, right? So, come
con. I want to go to Baruch chapter 4 and verse 24.
on. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
God, and this is what we're patiently waiting for, man. This is what we're faithfully and patiently waiting for, man. Uh, let's continue reading. Okay.
Come on. Verse number 25, it says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
Right, and that's what we're waiting for, man. This is the faith, and the patience of the saints, man. And we know the Most High is not man to lie, man. We're just waiting on everything to come to pass, man. So stay focused, stay diligent, stay watching, right? Hey man, you want to make sure when your Howard shot pulls up at the door that man, you're ready to open that thing, man.
Come on, come on, come on. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and that's a good precept too, because the Lord says, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. And that's what we're doing. Well, that's what we're trying to do. Suffer patiently, the wrath that has come upon us. And I want to get Sirach real quick. Sirach 2 and you know, uh 5, right? Sirach 2 and 5.
Khan. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah, so acceptable men, they're tried in the furnace of adversity. They're going through fire, they're going through pain, tribulation, affliction, whether that's sickness or uh losing a job, or you know having a job that might be demanding on your body. Whatever the situation is, the Lord said gold is tried in the fire, and that's literally, I mean, what it takes to get that pure gold.
Khan.
Let's go to Khan. Let's go to
Hey, can I catch that next verse real quick before
yeah,
you
you got it.
Khan. This is verse 6. Believe in him. This is going into your faith, man. And he
Mhm,
will help thee. All you gotta believe and hope in the Most High, and he will help thee, man. Order thy way aright and trust in him. So, Khan, man, it's important
mhm,
to have keep that faith, man. Because we understand, you know, with the faith of a mustard seed, we can move a mountain, man. That's why we need to have faith in this walk, man.
mhm. That's right. That's right. Yep. Believe in him and he'll help thee. Khan. Yeah, I want to get Malachi 3 and verse number 3.
Khan, this is Malachi chapter 3 and verse number 3. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness.
Con. So what this is going into is, and he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. What is that going into? So back in especially the ancient world, but I'm not sure they may still do it now. So you will have a refiner and a purifier of silver. They'll have that long needle. You know what I'm saying? They'll be sitting in front of the furnace, right? Of course, they'll have the thing over their head or over their face to cover their face, and they would have the whatever they're trying to refine in that furnace, and they'll have to sit there and literally mold it like that. So that's how the Lord is doing us. He's carefully putting you in the fire. He's not just throwing you in there, shutting the door, and just saying goodbye. Because in the furnace of our affliction, we still have the Most High. We still got these
Right,
scriptures, still got each other, right? It's not like the Lord just put you in the middle of nowhere and then now he just said goodbye, right? No, the Lord, he's sitting as a refiner and purifier of silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver. You see that? That they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. And this sons of Levi is not just going into on a spiritual level. It's not just saying like the actual sons of Levi, right? It's talking about us in this truth because we're also spiritual priests. You know, in order for the priest to offer up a spiritual or a sacrifice in the ancient world, they had to be cleansed, right? They had to be cleansed. They had to go through certain ramifications in order to be a priest. So it's the same thing for us on the spiritual level. The Lord is purging us. He's purging what? The impurities out of us. So the
right.
Lord, he sees certain things in you that he doesn't like. So he's trying to get that out of you, right? He's trying to make you the best man you could be, right? So that's why we go through the things that we go through is for us to be purged out of those infirmities, right? So yeah, con.
Let's go to Romans chapter 2 and verse 7.
uh, con. This is Romans 2 and verse 7. To whom, it's like it, to them who by patience continuance, it's like a patient continuance in well doing seek for glory and honor and immortality and eternal life.
Right, man. We supposed to, patiently, we're still doing everything that's required of us, man. We're still keeping these commandments. We're still loving our brother. We're still doing all these things, right? Well doing. Why? Because we're seeking for glory, honor, and immortality, man. This is why we're doing it, man. But we have to patiently do this thing, man. Continue to do these works, don't be like the brother that I think we have some time left, so I'm gonna go do some wickedness, and then I'll get back in this thing before it's over, man. That's not the mindset to have, man. Because any day, the most I could cut your tree down, man, and have you uprooted, man.
Mm. Con. Yeah, no, that's a good example, man. You might have brothers like that. Just go back into the world real quick. I'm gonna
Con,
come back, bro. I'm gonna come back. Right? Hey, brother, this is not the NFL. You know,
con,
this is not this is not just a sports team to where you just take a sabbatical and you just come back, right? Now,
con.
this is the truth, man. This is the servant, occupation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right?
Right.
Um, Khan, I got another precept too. Um, I was thinking about a precept, but let's go to James chapter 5 verse 7.
Con. This is James chapter 5 and verse number 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you.
Oh,
Be
you're in
sober. Huh? Oh shoot, my bad.
Khan.
Salakia came.
No, you good, you good.
Damn, I'm tripping.
But hey, the Lord probably want that priest to come out though,
Con. All right, this is the right one this time. This
Khan,
is
you good.
James chapter 5 and verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye
Con,
also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh.
con. Hey, that's right, man. The Lord said, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord." Because we know that. Guess what? James knows that. Yahushua knows that. Peter knows that. Everybody knows that the apostles, they understood that certain people, they're just going to lose patience. They're going to lose that faith. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lose and start to get impatient. So that's why they keep reminding us that be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth. Just like I was saying, before, the husbandman, he waits for the precious fruit of the earth. It takes a while for, a tree to grow. It takes a while for an apple tree to grow. These things take time, and it says, and have long patience for it until he received the early and latter rain, you know?
Con,
So, and guess what? He's just patiently waiting. He's waiting, hoping, Lord, please send us rain. Lord, please send us rain so that it could grow. That's what they used to do in the ancient world. They used to pray for rain, you know, and they didn't know. They didn't know. They could say, all right, maybe rain is coming, maybe it's not. So all they had to do was, or all they could do for real, is wait and hope in the Lord, right?
con,
That's why, the generations of old, they had more faith back then, man. Because now you just, man, you literally have avenues to where you don't have to hope in the Lord. You could just get it done. You know what I'm saying? You could just, for example, like, you know, um, that's why I said in the ancient world they used to do that. But now they could call up Esau, hey, can you bring us water? Or can you, this and the third, and create a certain mechanism to where, so this is a faithless society,
con.
you know?
Hey
Faith,
man, like Moab, man. Moab then make clouds, man.
yeah,
You know,
making
he don't gotta wait on Lord. He make his own damn clouds, man.
right, exactly. Khan, exactly. Oh, it's not raining. Oh, I guess we just make our own clouds. We just make our own rain, you know?
Con,
Oh, the sun is not shining too much, right? Oh, we just make our own sun,
right.
China, they made their own sun, you know.
Con.
That's completely
Crazy,
right.
man.
Yeah, Khan. Also, let's skip down to verse 10 real quick.
Con, verse 10. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Khan. So James is saying, look, take my brethren the prophets who are spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and the patience. So that's why the brother brought out that precept from Romans 15:4, that all these things that's written aforetime is written for our learning. So we go into the books, we go into the book of Jeremiah. He was patient. Jeremiah almost died in the dungeon, right? He was down there, it was cold. It probably was cold. It was wet down there, right? He couldn't see that well. It was dark. Guess what? He almost died in there,
Right,
right? He still remained patient until the end. The Lord saved him, right? So the prophets, they're a perfect example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Let's go to verse 11.
Con, verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have
Mm.
seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
The Lord is very pitiful and tender mercy, man. We can't say that enough because
Con,
guess what? How do people know about Job, right? He's literally, James is saying, you have heard of the patience of Job. So it's not like some new thing. Everybody knew about Job. That's how big of a legacy he has. And I was talking to your car about this the other day. I was saying, so the reason why Job is remembered, right, and he's reverenced amongst men is because he lost everything, you know, is because of his patience. It's because through all the pain and affliction, he still did not denounce the Lord, still didn't turn to the left. You know what I'm saying? He still believed in the Lord, and the Lord gave him twice as much. But if Job didn't lose everything, then guess what? He wouldn't be remembered. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would really know about Job. He would just been, that rich man that lived and dwelt in the land of Uz, you know? But because he lost everything, all that stuff was taken away from him, and he still maintained his integrity in the Lord. That's why he's remembered unto this day, you know.
right,
So,
right.
You got to
Because
cancel.
brothers think they got it bad, man. Brothers think they going through it tough, man. But then, like when we compare our situation to what the brother Job was going through, and see how he still stood patient, and didn't curse the Lord. I mean, that gives us hope. That gives us some motivation. Like, man, if he went through all that and got through it, I mean, we got to be able to push through this thing, man. And not
Mm,
only that, knowing that the Most High will recompense you at the end, man. Like I said,
mhm.
anybody that lost houses, wives, whatever it is, for the Most High's name's sake, man, you'll receive. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Twofold, sevenfold, 100-fold, man. The Most High got you, man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Khan. That's right. And what's crazy is too, I just want to make a quick point of that. Oh yeah, let's go to the book of Job 4 and 8. If I want it. Oh wait, let me see. Oh no, it's increased. Oh wait, increased that last time. This is oh dang. Hold on. Um it's, oh it's like a Job 8 and
Con,
Khan.
this is Job chapter 8 and verse number 7. Though thy beginning was small, yet the latter end shall greatly increase.
The Lord said, though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. So, though our beginning was small, the Lord said, look, your latter end is going to greatly increase. But how would you know your latter end if you're not patient? You know, how would you know how much the Lord will bless you if you don't give him that time to do so? You
Right,
know, how would you know? Like, hey, look, from 5 years from now, let's say the Lord gives you a vision. From 5 years from now, you would have you only got one car now, but now you see you have two cars. You see that you have a house in your own name. You see that all this other stuff. You have all this stuff. If the Lord gave you that vision 5 years from now, I bet you still you would maintain your integrity. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Because you will see that, oh man, in 5 years I'm gonna have all this. If I believe in the Lord, oh man, I'm not denying the faith. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? The Lord, He's not going to show us that vision because that's technically like cheating, right?
right.
You have to just endure it blindly, and that's how the Lord wants us to do it. That's the hardest way. But
Con,
guess what? Through affliction, through hardness, we understand that makes us better men, right?
right,
That's the only way. A man becomes a man in the first place. It's through affliction. It's not
right.
through being cuddled from your mom, you know.
Con.
But God, you got to.
That's right, man. I mean, the Most High needs to know if you're worthy, man. And the only way he knows that is putting you through certain situations and see how you're going to react to these things, man. Are you going to stay patient? Are you going to endure these things? Or are you just going to forsake the Lord, man? Con,
Mhm.
let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse number 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And
Right. Just like the scripture you just went into, man. We know what we're working for, man. We know what's gonna come at the end of this thing, man. The kingdom of heaven, man. The kingdom of
right,
Israel, man. Go
right,
ahead.
con. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
That's right, man. So being patient is better than being damn proud, man. It's best you stay humble, stay patient, stay faithful, man, because this is things that we need to do to have that ending that we're looking for. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? If you want to be wicked, your ending is gonna be a little bit different than everybody else's ending that stood patient and stood down.
mm, con. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, in this society, this society, it lacks patience. You know what I'm saying? It lacks patience because they always teach about everything being fast. You know what I'm saying? Everything being fast, boom, 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 boom. But they don't teach the righteous and holy trait of being patient, especially having
Right,
faith in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Um, and for example, it's like I was watching this video the other day. You know, this dude, he was like on stage, Muslim. He's talking about, you know, so basically he was saying, yeah, this young man, he's going to college, he's 18, he sees these young girls. Is he attracted to them? Yes. This and the third, right? But he says in his mind, Allah has better for me, right? Now, this man is a damn Muslim, all right? Don't talk to me about your Quran and your and your hadith, all right? Okay, because we can go into that and show you the flaws in it. All
Con.
right. So we don't, want to talk about that. All right. But I see that, and we see that these Muslims even practice self-discipline to a certain extent. Not all Muslims, but I'm gonna say a few. I'm gonna give credit to where it's due, right? Even the Ishmaelite can refrain himself, right? And says in his heart and say in his heart, Allah has better for me. So how much more me? I believe in
Right.
the Bible. You understand? I believe in the true book. I believe in the true God. All right.
Right.
So I have to go that much more harder. He believes in a rock, and I believe in the Most High. So I can't let this heathen. We can't let these heathen do better than us.
Right.
No.
Right.
So yeah, he has faith in something that's not even real. Our faith lies in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and his words, his true living words. We have to do better than we can't let these heathen and these Christians, whatever, outdo us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In our faith. So Khan, all praises.
Hey, can we get Hebrews 6:13?
Yeah. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, and verse number 13. And it reads, For when God made promise to Abraham, because he could swear no greater, he swore by himself.
Keep going, okay?
Gone, saying, Surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee.
Keep going.
And so, after he had patiently endured,
Right.
he obtained the promise.
He obtained that promise, man. And that's the thing. The kingdom of heaven has been promised unto us, man. We
Uh,
know what we're waiting for, man. We waiting for the most glorious thing, man. You know? So knowing that, and it's promised to us, most high ain't man to lie, man. If you do the things that are required of you, you will obtain that, man. So just knowing that, you know what the end story is, man. We just gotta stay patient, man. Stay patient and make it through these things, man. Because the Most High, He giveth, He taketh away. We just gotta understand these things, man. So when we get put in certain situations, don't overthink it, man. Don't become damn depressed and damn curse the Lord, man. You got to understand, man, like these things are going to happen. Like it says in Sirach at the top, right? Chapter 2. You know, if you're coming to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation, man. Things are going to happen, man. It's only the beginning, but we can make it through these things. Why? Because we have examples of our forefathers and brothers that made it through tough situations, man. And
mm,
that's only through the power of the Most High. That's
mm,
not on man's accord at all. Huh?
right. Yeah, Khan, exactly, man. Not on man's accord at all, you know. And that's why the Lord, he, like how you said, puts us through certain things, right? So that we may learn of these traits, because you need certain traits to. Oh yeah, let me get this quick precept on that. Galatians 5:22. We're talking about.
Con,
Hey, that's crazy, right?
con.
Khan.
This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Khan. Hey, that's right. That's right, man. That's the fruits of the spirit: love, joy, peace, long suffering. There's peace in knowing that it's all in the hands of the Lord. You
Right.
know, there's peace in that because you understand you'll do something. You might take a math final. you might, you
Hey,
might,
con.
Khan, you might whatever. Maybe your health. Something that's a little bit more detrimental. You know, than just a math final. But in anything you're stressed about, understanding at the end of the day that's all in the hands of the Lord, that gives you peace, you
Right.
know, peace of mind. But in the world, you don't have peace of mind. You think everything is on you because uh or on somebody else or whatever. You're responsible. I mean, we're responsible for everything that we do, but at the end of the day, certain things, it's just it's all in the hands of the Lord. It's nothing you could do, you
Right.
know. And yeah, that gives you peace of mind. And it says long suffering. That we the brother just brought up precept. Our forefathers, they were suffering long, you know, suffering long, man. Waiting and patiently waiting for the Lord. Um, Khan, and also I want to get another quick precept. Hey, the classic, right? But but I like this precept because it shows you that let's just get it right. Isaiah 42:13, right?
God, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I
Khan,
have long time holding my peace.
right?
I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
Yeah, that's mighty. And here's
God,
what's so mighty about that precept is he's saying, I have long time holding my peace. Guess what? The Lord, he doesn't have to do that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? He's Yahweh Shah, but the Lord is long time holding his peace. Sometimes you might want to say a point. Sometimes you might want to say something. You might want to talk back to your parents. You might want to talk back to whoever. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he has long time holding his peace, right? So how come we can't do that? The Lord, he exhibits that. We should be able to exhibit that as well. The Lord said, I have been still and refrained myself, right? We refrain ourselves on a daily basis. Lust might creep in. We refrain ourselves. Thoughts, whatever. You know, we refrain ourselves. We try to refrain ourselves. The Lord said, I have been doing this for such a long time. I've been still and refrain myself. You
right,
know, so what's so that's so mighty about that precept is that the Lord doesn't even have to do that, but He's showing you that He Himself is righteous. He can do these things, right? Because the Lord is that example. And even on the other fold, as
right,
Yahushua, he held his peace. Did you see him talking back when he was delivered up, to be afflicted and to be crucified? Was he talking back to he wasn't even talking back,
right,
right? Smart remarks. He was just like, hey, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. And the Lord's will be
right.
done, right? So that's how mighty, our God is. But Khan, you got it, King.
Hey man, and another thing too is like, man, when they came for Yahweh Shai and Peter chopped dude's ear off, man. Yahweh
Mm-hmm.
Shai told him it wasn't time for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
He had to patiently, deal with the tribulation that was about to come to him, man. He
Mm-hmm.
knew what it was, and that's the example that we gotta follow. Let's go to Romans 15:5.
Khan. This is Romans 15 and verse 5. It says, now the God of patience.
The God of what?
Now the God of patience.
Right, man. I mean, and hey, man, the scriptures say the son only does what he sees the father do. So if we see that, the Most High is patient as well, we need to move in that same spirit, man. We need to move in that spirit of patience, man. Go ahead, King.
That's right. Now the God of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded one toward another according to Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right. So, hey, man, this is how we have to move, man. Patiently, man.
Mm,
This is how we gonna make it out, man.
mm,
Without patience, there is no enduring. Without enduring, there is no salvation, man. So
mm,
we got to make sure we are doing these things to receive that salvation that we're all waiting for, man.
mm,
It would suck that we made it this far and now you lose patience, man.
mm.
Everything you just worked for goes out the window, man. And that's not what we're encouraging brothers to do, man. Definitely
Right.
not, man. We want the kingdom, man. This is what we're
Oh, yeah.
doing it for, man. Con.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, man. Yeah, we doing this for that kingdom of heaven, you know? Um, and I'm gonna get I think I wanted First Kings. The Gone. Yeah, First Kings chapter 17 and verse number 2. Right. This is going into Elijah. All right.
Con. This is
Yeah.
First Kings chapter 17 and verse 2. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there.
Right. So the Lord said, look, it says, it shall be that after thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded, right, that the ravens defeat thee there. The ravens feed thee there. So, and the Lord told him to go somewhere, drink of the brook, and after that, I'm gonna feed you with the ravens. Did he tell him the time span? It could have been he went to the river, and then like a day after, then the ravens came. You know what I'm saying? It didn't show the time frame.
Right.
You know, it could have been an hour from then. It could have been. So guess what? The Lord is telling Elijah that the ravens is going to feed him. A, a carnal man in a simple man is just going to be like, what? Birds, right? Think a bird is going to come out the sky and feed me? Hey, that's a faithless man.
Right.
You know? Somebody that, or like he could have been out the brook and he could be like, man, I'm hungry, bro. Could have been like, man, I'm hungry, bro. Could have went somewhere and kind of, disobey the Lord.
Right.
So, but all praise to the Most High. Elijah, he did. Let's see what he did. Like, let's go to verse 5.
Verse number 5. Salakia. So he went and did according unto the word of the Lord. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. Verse 6. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook.
So the Lord literally fed him with ravens.
Right.
That's why we got to read these accounts, because in Jacob's trouble, we might lose patience. We pray that we don't, right? We pray that we don't, and we pray that the Lord increases our patience. That's why he's increasing it right now. You know, that's why he's increasing our patience right now, so that we may have, patience forever, right? Even in the evil days to come. But during this time when it was famine, the Lord brought the ravens to bring him bread and flesh. You see that in the morning and in the evening. See, he ate
Right.
2 times a day, you know? So yeah, Khan.
Kind of, you're right, man. A faithless man would have been like, "What are you, man? I'm gonna go try to find me some fish, man," and would have missed out on those 2 meals, man.
Right,
All because he couldn't be patient, man, and try
right.
to move on his own accord, man.
Khan.
Con,
Well, yep. Khan, exactly, yeah. Yeah. Man, a lot of times it's like, you know, if you get the quick fix, and like the quick thing that you could get instead of waiting. It's like, for example, would you rather have $1,000, right, in 2 weeks? Just $1,000, or would you rather have a 10,000, right? Would you rather have 10,000 in a month, right? Hey, guess what? Hey, a month from now, a lot of brothers might be like, man, a month from now, I'm gonna take the, you know what I'm saying? Just take the 1,000, right? Or it's like 1,000 right now, or 10,000 in a month. Man,
con,
you don't know. I mean, 1,000 right now, hey, I could use that. But again, when we have patience, we understand that, look, 10,000 in a month from now, look, a month, it's gonna be straight. It's gonna be cool, right? I'm gonna wait that out. So you get that, and you get that 10,000. So it's like you could take that quick thing, you could take that quick fix, but it's like, look, at the end, the Lord got you something 10 times as better, you know? So calm,
Salakia.
calm.
Did you have another precept, King Salakia? I was looking for a precept.
Yeah, just had a quick preset, Revelation 13 and 10, right? The classic.
Yeah, Con, I was there too.
Con,
All right,
con.
bet all praise to the Most High, man. This
Praise.
is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Con. So the saints are patiently and faithfully waiting to take their captives, put them in captivity, you
Right.
know, to take Esau, put a chain around his neck, and put his ass in slavery, right? That's what the saints are patiently and faithfully waiting for. You know, so um, even the saints have patience, man. Right? The saints have patience, and we see these Edomites. It's like, look, you're like a slave let loose. Like how the brother's saying is, we're living in damn hell right now, living in captivity. You know, stress on every side, demons on every side. You know, we have to deal with Esau ruling over us, right? He shouldn't even be ruling over you,
Right.
right? Why is this hairy man is literally 40 degrees outside and he's wearing a t-shirt and shorts? You know, this
Right.
hairy man. How is he ruling the earth right now, bro? I could literally one punch him and knock his ass out, you know? But if I do that, guess what? I'm gonna be shot down by the police and I'm gonna be despised amongst men, you know, and defamed in the world. If I even touch that man, right? Because Esau, he rules the world right now. Because Satan rules the world, right? But you know, again, that's again going to the topic at hand, having faith and patience, man. That's we just have to patiently wait for that, right? So, con, that's right.
Con King. I mean, that was all I had really. If you had anything else, you could continue to bring them out.
Con, yeah. That's really all I had too. Again, you know, there's other precepts. You know, again, that'll be going through the whole thing, right? And con, shalom, King,
Shalom.
shalom. That's her brother that want to come congregate. Most I willing,
All praise to the Most High, man.
most I willing, we can see that brother. But
Con,
yeah,
con.
yeah, that's all.
Hey, I got one more precept before we
Oh yeah,
close
you got
out.
it, you got it.
Con, this is Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. And it says, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be." So, hey, man, you're going to get rewarded for the work you put in, man. If you're patient, you're going to receive that reward, man. If you lose patience and fall, that's the reward you're going to receive, man. So, we
Right,
definitely encourage brothers, you know, stay faithful, you know what I'm saying? Stay patient, continue to do what the Most High requires you to do, man. And He's sending His Son to come save you, man. And we believe that, and we know that, man. But Khan,
right, exactly, con. I got a last precept on that as well. Um, man, I think I want to get this. First Corinthians chapter 9 and verse number 24. Know you not that they which run in the race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that you may obtain. So yeah, we're in this race, man. You know, we're in this race, and you know, anybody does sports, we understand that it's a progressive thing. So you're not going to get it overnight. You know what I'm saying? In high school, I ran a below a 5 minute mile. You know what I'm saying? It took me long to get that, bro. It took me long. It took me a lot of pain, bro. I'm telling you right now, lungs on fire, you know, feet damn broken, all this other stuff. But hey, guess what? At the end, it felt good.
right,
Everybody on the team then there was celebrating because they knew that that was my one goal to get, you know, and it just took me hella long to get it. But guess what? The Most High gave it to me, right? So the Most High, He's going to give you what you need, give you what you want, you know. And so as long as you delight yourself in the Lord, as the Lord said in Psalm chapter 37, verse 4, you know, delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires in your heart, you know. So like brother said, you know, continue to endure, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we're, you know, we got each other too, right? To keep ourselves pushing, you
right.
know, keep pushing ourselves. So with that, all praise Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, right? This brother Yasha Allah
Khan, brother Natash.
Khan come back show yet another video through the spirit power Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Kwame Yasha Allah, Shalom.
Shalom.
Khan.